Welcome, friends. Today, we're doing another live stream. Marvelous. That is right, my friends. Once again, I have returned to you with another live stream. How are you? I am fantastic and I am doing really well. Marvelous. So, how are we? How is Dropout? How is DJ? How is Dev? How is Christina and Dushan? How are you all? I hope you are good. Dev's scent of the day is nice bergamot. Galen just got here and he is 2 hours behind. Just got back from Pilates. I'm sore all over. Dev doing Pilates, trying to sweat out the wine. Welcome, Silver Panther. How are you? Silver Panther is wearing Heritage EDT. Dushan is wearing Tobacco Toscana. Oris Eros is not wearing Perfume. She forgot. I'm afraid I'm going to have to put you in timeout. You're going into timeout. That's outrageous. Maybe for a while as well. I'm thinking maybe it's like 4 weeks for a first offence, you know, or like 2 years. Do it like we'll work on like the the WADA breaches. World Anti-Doping Committee. Duck Fury. Go put something on. You're naked, says Silver Panther. No such thing as forgetting to wear perfume, says Galen. Scent of the day is Mitsuko EDP. Hello to all. Welcome. White wine. Jandali grape. Ancient varietal indigenous to Israel. I did actually have wine today, Rich. Nice guy, no doubt. And Jay is wearing Fougere Bengal. Welcome, Joe. Ryan says, just dropping by before I watch the match. Rich, can you recommend a fragrance with a good lime note? Eau de Sud by Anik Goutal. It is amazing. Amazing. Juarez today, says DJ. Nice. I like that one. Alicia, welcome. Spaced Out says, I wore perfume on neck 3 times last month. I like to put it on my hand because I get more of it without shaking my head to smell it. Interesting. Scent of the day is 1969 by Histoires. I am testing Vintage Brut by Fabergé on my hands. Aldehydes. Alicia is wearing Midnight Poison. Midnight Poisson. Also, my nose is stuffy and I think I can't smell as good as I did before for some reason. Maybe allergies. Oh no. Maybe you've just become used to it, anosmic. It does happen. Just saying in a single sentence, Kendrick fucking killed Drake. No need to elaborate, says Dev. Welcome, Pradeep. Joe is wearing Fontaine Royale by Souleymane, or the other way around. I kind of like being in timeout, says Horace. Have you seen that lot, Lizard of Essex, on Smelly Channel? Foo, foo, foo. None of that made a single bit of sense to me. Is that Elise Sandra? Says Silver Panther. Just watched a video with a quick review. Sounds good. Iris Sandra's. How is that, Iris Sandra? It's fantastic. It's a brilliant fragrance. I should really do a review of it because I understand it pretty well at the minute. Welcome, Brandon. Bren Lynch, welcome to you. Russian Nude 2. Relaxing stuff, eh? One of the new houses that Brooke will be stocking on Saint-Celier, says Joe. Bonjour. I bought Eris Green Smell yesterday from Saint-Celier. We're all soulless, Pradeep, says Dev. What are you wearing, Llama Duck? Today I wore Shirgi. And I will tell you the tale of my walking with Llama during the live stream. Once we get into it a bit more, there is something else I also want to cover. Someone has been telling nasty tales about me, inferring things about me that are not true. Not true. Not wildly inaccurate, but not true. Evening Llama. Yes, llamas are amazing. The llama was fantastic. Mine was called Curio, and I bought a hat made of llama wool. Llama wool. Oh, excuse me. I wanted to wear a different perfume today, but I knew I had Pilates at 8. So I wrote, what a refreshing citrus as not to poison my comrades. That was kind. Rich, how is the hat? Immense. The hat is fantastic. Because llama wool is very soft, it does not irritate my bald head. So I'm pretty happy about that. And we have some peony in the backyard. Smells amazing. Ooh, that does sound nice. I like the llama kissing photo. Yes, 2 llamas kissed when we were there. They like to investigate each other with their moosh. I think I will go back and do it again at some point. They are very kind. You know, there were 13 of us on the walk. So that was lovely. But not to worry. Rich says peony weird. Rich doesn't. Don't make me time you out. Show us the hat. I will show you the hat. One moment, please. Llamas, alpacas, all these furry creatures are just adorable, says Dev. It was great. We had ice cream yesterday too. And the ice cream was delightful. It came from there is my woolly hat. How lovely. Oh. I'm already in timeout. Remember how you made me invisible at the end of your last stream? Yes, allegedly. I had no idea. I wish I could do it without any... I wish I could do everything without any effort. You know? But I can't. Hello, Mel. How are you? Everybody is enjoying my llama hat. Hat as wide as 5 bottles. Well, I've stretched it out a little bit, you know, but it's a lovely hat. I love it. Barnacre alpacas. Handcrafted. How lovely the alpacas were. We had a great time. Some of them liked to have a little jump. Some of them hadn't had their wool shaved yet. Some of them had. I wanted one that still had its wool, but not to worry. Welcome, Zhao. How, Zhao? Welcome, I Smell. I know you've seen my most recent video. I want to know what you thought of Garrigue. I fucking love it. I've got a bottle waiting for us. There is a man from the Middle East who has got a bottle in his pocket for me. I don't actually know if it's in his pocket. He might keep it in his pocket at all times, just in case. But, there we are. We need a llama-smelling perfume. All is horse this year. Yes, there is a llama. Hold on. Laura G sent me a picture of a llama perfume. Here it is. It is a Llamaste. It is a big unit. 240 ml. Where did you find your... I think I bought it from the website. That is fantastic. And it is doing really well. The modern formulation of Garriga is still fucking pretty immense. Still pretty fucking immense. Justin Rose is very rich. Where did you buy your sample set of Parfum d'Ampe? I think I bought it straight from the brand in France. And they got it shipped here. Sent that to his Pradeep. Did you send it? Oh, I see. Laura should have sent that to me. I'm all about the Llama, says Brandon. I had a childhood fave perfume, Scooby-Doo. Frederick Mars Rose and Queer for Zhao today. Not one of my favourites, but I don't suppose we'll be getting many more perfumes like that, to be fair. Oh, excuse me. I was offered a bottle of Queer de Lancôme today for 125 quid, and I haven't answered the advert yet, and I'm thinking about it. Also, I tried the first of the Anthology de Grand Cru. You know? And I did the jasmine and the vanilla. The vanilla, the clove has died right back, thank God. But that was tough going. It was tough going. It was very, very clove. I was shook by the sheer how would I put it? It was like a tidal wave of clove. It was so much and it was so strong. And I was like, wow, I'm not sure I can hack this at all. Clove bomb, says Joe. Absolutely. I am lost for words, Joe. Anything like Vanille Havane? Absolutely fucking nothing like Vanille Havane. It couldn't be more different. The vanilla's a lot more pleasant and accepting now. But fuck me dead. The clove in it. Oh, the clove. My God. Like, I didn't do it justice on the video because I was trying not to, like, I mean, it made us like choke. It was that dry. It was raw clove. It was the very fucking pinnacle of what makes clove. If you like clove, you fucking love it. If you don't, you'll struggle. I do not like clove. Good grief. Not when it's the be all and end all of a fragrance. If it's in there with it, I'm all right. Literally like you opened a jar full of cloves, says Zhao, and he's right. Once again, wearing the inimitable Scent Intense by Costume National. Welcome, DMS. Scooby-Doo was my favourite cartoon. I'm waiting for a vintage YSLY and hoping it's the feminine one, says Joe. I always wanted to be Daphne, but I am a Velma. My younger brother's birthday is tomorrow. Happy birthday, young Dev. Anything like Vanille Havane? Absolutely fucking not. I don't know the Atelier Français de Matière is still releasing stuff. I don't know that they are still releasing stuff, but they released that stuff. I think apparently Zhao said, I think it was Zhao that said there's only one that Antoine Lee did. The rest of them were by different people, and I think what's it called? I think that Natalie Feisthauser did one of them as well. Oh, excuse me whilst I hydrate. We're both unique names. Scooby-Doo's tiny nephew was hilarious. You said the perfume brand names. So Frenchy on the video. I did. I managed to wrap my head around it. And my tongue, more importantly. How are you finding your new Cuir de Lancôme? Reminds me a little bit of Cuir Canage, but I really get that Styrax coming through, but not in a light, airy way. I find it's very similar to Cuir Canage as well. Well, it's not similar to Cuir Canage. Cuir Canage is similar to Cuir de Lancôme because it came out 7 years afterwards. It's lovely. It's lovely, but I don't know that I want a 50ml bottle for 125 quid. That's what the offer came in at, and I was like, I made a noise like a llama. That's what noise llamas make. They go, And I was like, And they're like, Anyway, I don't know if I want to pay fucking... Yeah. Brennan says, did the llama spit? In the zoo as a kid, they used to spit. I was small then. Well, apparently it's only the females that spit. It's only the females that spit. And they spit because they spit in the faces of the boys, because when the females are pregnant, and if the boys come over and they're like, hey, the girls will like spit in their face and say, nope, your job here is done, leave me alone, go away. And that's how they like communicate to each other, whether they want fucking some loving or not, like that. So there we go, you know. 2 of the llama were born today as well. So that was nice. They had 2 new babies today, and the babies are happy and healthy. Yes, one of the llama was... one of the llama gave Richie G a little kick, I think. Or it gave one of the other... it gave one of the other llama a little kick too, but they are cloven hooved. They have their little cloven hooves, which I think are cute. And they're woolly, and they're friendly, and I fed them carrot. I was bribing one with carrot. I was like, hey, don't be that way. Eat this bit of carrot. And they were like, I came over and ate the carrot. And I was like, thank you. And the llama was like, Oh, Noir discontinued twice now. I'll tell you, it's not a great sign, is it? When you discontinue a fragrance twice. I mean, it's not the first time a fragrance has been discontinued twice, but that's a big one for Dior, and it's not great for. It's not a great sign for Mr. Kirkjohn, is it? It's not a great sign for Mr. Kirkjohn. He's living up to the hype at the minute. The hype that we gave him, not the hype that Dior or the general public gave him. He's living up to the hype we gave him, which was that he was going to be poor. I hoped he wasn't going to be. Turns out he was. So there we are. Friends. If you would like to like the stream, that would be most fortuitous. I would appreciate it greatly. And I would not hold it against you. I wouldn't hate you for it, put it like that. Ducks fly together, says James. Welcome. I enjoy clove when it's subtle and more of a supportive note. Yes, I agree. I smell absolutely. No, it's not my birthday. It's my younger brother's birthday. I'm sorry for the confusion, sister. Even then, it's tomorrow. Yes, Antoine Lee made the Amber Stone. That one will be coming later this week. Tell us who's been... Well, it's not. It's not so much a bad mouthing. It's just that there's something I want to... I just want to put right, just a little bit right. It's someone on Reddit, and it's not a major problem. Do you know what I mean? It's calm. But just something little. I'll do it in a little while. I'm not going to get... I don't want to, like, start off, because I'm not raging about it, but I just think it's worthy of just... I was sent a screenshot, and I was like, as I often am, nobody bad-mouthed us per se. Nobody bad-mouthed us per se. It wasn't like, and I mean, there's been much worse stuff on there about us before, so I'm not, and nobody's above it either. by the way. I actually agree with the premise of Eau de Jerks and stuff like that. I think it's a really good idea. I think it should be things. If people can't take any form of criticism at all, we're all fucked, because that's how people get better. And I'm not above it, and I don't suggest that I am, and I don't suggest anybody should be. It was me, says Galen. Galen trying to be the Blofeld of the community, but he just ended up being the blowhard. It was me, Duck, the author of all your pain. The rascal. Natalie Feisthauser has done Sous les Manteaux perfumes. I also have Vapors Dioblatine. I nearly caused an international incident with that, and I do apologise. Female rage, says Christina. Yes, the spitting llama. We were told to stay about a metre away and we'd be okay. Welcome, Alexander Larson, sorry. People communicate like that too. Hola Tripler, you were wearing Capucci Sang Royale, and that's fucking brilliant. I feel a haul coming on. Friends. The llamas are cute, but I'm more of a bowling deer guy. Those cute guys in Nara. I have seen them. Yes, you can walk past them. When it rains, they hide underneath the canopies at the front of the building, and people just like sit there with them and like feed them and stuff. I've seen it. Yes, they are cute. A good smelling duck with a carrot. Yes, please. That was me. I wore paddock. I thought it was very appropriate. What has happened? Oh, sorry, I've bollocksed it. Where are we? Get a bottle last week, triplets. Damn good. Like the stream for Eugene, says Dushan. Eugene is not here. I don't know where he is, but he's not here. Francis Curtijon has failed to meet our insanely low expectations, quite. Get it off your chest. We're here to support you. It's okay. I don't need supporting, although I appreciate the support, as always. And I do love it, and I am fucking extremely grateful. But it's not that deep. You know what I mean? I hope I haven't made too much of it. I don't think I have. Well, Rich, I don't know the fact. I doubt if Dad would have felt more sympathetic towards them. Alright, it is the hell of the internet, says Christina. Galen, don't be paddock. I know, what's his nickname? Greetings, fellow humans and ducks. Welcome, Alexander Larson. Wish you two could get along, says Horace. I got tired of making dozens of TLTG memes every day, says Galen. So I directed my low self-esteem to insulting Rich. But you didn't have to do it on Reddit. You've got a direct line to us. I saw that, Brandon. Galen, I think you guys just need to buy more perfumes and bigger ones, says Horace. Galen, that means you're just jealous of him, apparently. How do you feel about masculine Halstons? Do you know? Brandon deleted his comment because he didn't put it in capitals. It wasn't strong enough. How do I feel about masculine Halstons? Do you know what it is? I haven't got any. So I can't pass comment, but I do know a couple of people who have, and they wax lyrical about them, especially the vintage versions or the vintage formulas. So that's exciting. It's a boon, wouldn't you say? I would say it's a boon. Or says, yeah, I just insulted him to my face. Brandon says, it was me. It was me. It's like that scene from Liar Liar where he gets out the elevator, he turns around and everyone's like, oh, who farted? And he's like, it was me. Huh? Oh, someone supported me on coffee. I got £5. From Bren. Bren, you are too kind. Rich never answers them when I video call him. He does video call us and I'm like, oh God, it's Galen's face. Z24 is fantastic. Z14, says Frank. Scooby-Doo? Frank Scooby-Doo is here. We were talking about Scooby-Doo earlier. Okay, so I will address the minor things which I was sent screenshots of, which I don't always love. I'm not going to lie to you. So apparently somebody made a post on... Old Jokes about Persolays. About how Persolays gets free bottles and calls them samples, which I'm not a massive fan of, I must admit. I don't think that's a great idea. I don't think it's great when he does it. I don't think it's great when Luca Turin does it. I don't think it's great when any of the journalist class of influencers do it. You know, I don't think it's right. I also don't agree with free bottles for anybody, by the way. I don't think it's fair that Persolays gets free bottles and like nobody else does, like me and you don't. Because if one person gets free bottles, everybody should get free bottles. That is the way I see it, right? So I don't agree that some people should be in a fucking privileged position getting free shit because I have to fucking pay for it. You have to fucking pay for their free bottles. You have to pay for your bottle as well as their bottle. And not only that, the prices are going through the fucking roof. There's going to come a time, right, where the only people who talk about fragrances are the people who get them for free because no one else can fucking afford them. Right? And while I understand the reasons behind it, and I do, and I'm not saying people like Persolays and Luca Turin and Curly Fragrance and fucking Red Essence and all these other people haven't put in a lot, and they're not fucking like voices for like brands, right? They're not voices for consumers, though, are they? You know, they're not looking after consumers. They're looking after the brands. You know, I saw a clip of some guy the other day saying, "How the fuck would you like it if all the fucking influencers went on strike? What the fuck would you do then?" As if I owe him fucking anything. The fucking cheek of it. The fucking cheek of it. But I guarantee you, if influencers went on strike, they'd be back within a week. Within a week at best. And frankly, if they all the free bottle brigade did go on strike, we'd all be better. We would all be better off. Right? So, fuck that. I don't know who the fuck that fucker is. Right? But fuck that shit. That is bull fucking shit. I do not agree with that one bit, but if that's what those people want to do and tell themselves, fine, right? But fuck that. Anyway, back to the fucking, the matter at hand, right? So somebody said Persolays about these free bottles, right? And like calling them samples, which is something I've said before. And somebody in the comments underneath said, "I take it you're a rich Mitch for your parroting this trite nonsense that seemingly comes from a place of jealousy and hypocrisy. His buddies also get free bottles for review." That's right, I do have mates who get free bottles for review. I can't argue with that. Persolays writes and reviews fragrances for a living and has worked his way into the deserved position of getting some bottles for free. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with free bottles for review when nobody else gets them. But it's not this person I'm talking about. This person is Extreme Hyena, right? But I'm not actually talking about this person. I'm talking about the person below them. This has no bearing on the content of the reviews. I assure you that it fucking does. Because when something is free, you are the product. Persolays is the product, not the perfume. They're sending them to him because they know his approval will induce people to buy them. And he hasn't had to buy them. All right? So they know his tacit approval or his review of them will, and then he gets stuff from Chanel, he gets stuff from Hermes, he gets stuff from Dior, which is all well and good and fantastic, right? is because they know that he has an outsized effect. He speaks to he's the thinking man's influencer, you know? I'm going to come on to why I say things like this and I take such a staunch stand against free bottles in a minute. The argument about calling them samples over bottles is absolutely ridiculous, one over semantics. People can think it's ridiculous over semantics, but I'm telling you that words mean things, right? So when you say this is part of the problem I have with it, as well as that people like Turin and Persolays, they're setting themselves up as being a cut above. You know, they don't want to be down with all those folks on YouTube, down in the YouTube mud, especially Turin. Turin was on YouTube for about a month, and then he was like, fuck this, I'm obviously not fucking being valued as highly as I think I am. And then he said he was done with Perfume and then promptly fucking returned, that old chestnut. Fuck him. I actively don't like Luca Turin and the way he carries on. I think personally as a sound as a bloke, like, I just disagree about the naming of samples as free bottles as samples. I disagree with it. I don't like it. Anyway, that's the end of that. But they're fair points. Like, I'm not like, that is, people can say that, and that's like fair. It's not like outrageous. What somebody replied underneath, and this person's only had a Reddit account, I think they set it up today, right? And it's someone called Fragrant Affect. I like Rich Mitch a lot, but he's so jealous. He even said that it's not fair that Persolays gets free bottles. The guy lives at home with his mum in a very expensive house in the countryside. He's probably never had a job. He's a very lucky man himself, not having to work, living off his mum in a house that's worth well over $500,000. That's not fair. Some of us have to work to earn money to buy our fragrances. I don't think you should be calling anyone out over free stuff. And then there are other people underneath making further comments about what this guy said, which is what I want to do. Is I just want to just fucking, because this is slightly personal what they've said there, right? So, one, I'm not jealous. Two, I do think it's unfair that some people get free bottles and nobody else does, right? I do live at home with my mother, and I wouldn't say it's an expensive house, but it's in the countryside. But then again, I don't know what the price of the house is. It's not my house, and to be honest, I don't talk to my mother about stuff like that. He's probably never had a job. The fucking cheek of it, right? That's bullshit, and they can fuck right off for that. Fuck right off for that. You can stuff that up your fucking arse for nothing and fuck off while you're doing it, right? Very lucky man, not having to work for a living, off his mum in a house worth over $500,000. Don't live off me mother. Don't take a penny off me mother. She does let us live here, right? Which I will come on to in a second. Some of us actually have to work to make money to buy our fragrances. I don't think you should be calling anyone out over free stuff. The reason I haven't worked for a while, right, is because I am... how do I want to... What fucking word do I want to use here? I won't use the word. I'll just say I am unwell. Quite unwell. All right? And my mother was like, I was like, look, I can't manage on my own anymore. I can't do shit in the house. I can't get up in the morning. It got the point about 3 or 4 years before I started doing the streams with me mother. Right, I know I don't have to defend myself, but I'm not saying, like, there was one remark in there which was bollocks. The thing that I'd never had a job before. That's fuck you for that. The rest of it, I've outlined before, and I will outline. And I don't usually respond to anything that people say particularly, unless it's some fucking pervert like Cuddles or some shit like that. But I pay for everything I have myself because I worked for ages. I made my own money, always have had my own money, don't live off anyone else, all right? But I didn't have a partner and I couldn't look after myself by myself anymore, the state I was in. I was going to buy my own house, right? I was going to buy my own house, but I couldn't because I had to stop working because I was so fucking ill. That's the truth. I am telling you, that is what happened, right? So my only thing is that person says, I mean, at the beginning they say, I like Rich Mitch a lot. I don't think they do. So fuck that person and nobody else, not even the first guy, Extreme Hyena, who made the point, because they were talking about the work and they were talking about videos and they were talking about YouTube and they were talking about my opinions on perfumes and other influence. That's fine, right? I have no problem fucking people criticizing for that whatsoever. The fucker underneath needs to get to fuck and fucking stay there. It's fucking mental that somebody would say some shit like that. But then it is... So underneath that, he said he showed his house in a video where he filmed it outside. It's a mansion. It's not a mansion. It's not even close to being a mansion. The reason I didn't show any of the neighbours' houses is because it's a fucking neighbour. And as you remember, I was talking to my neighbour over the fucking fence when I was on the video. This is nothing against older jerks. This is nothing against like people having an opinion or criticizing us, like the guy above, which I thought was pretty fair. But that struck me as being somebody having a personal problem. The way that they said, I like Rich Mitch a lot, but you can always tell when someone says something that way. There's something wrong. But having to move back in with my mother at 30, well, how old was I? In me early to mid 30s was not ideal, was not in my life plan, was not what I wanted, right? Was not where I wanted to go, what I wanted to do. Certainly not to be in the same position as I'm approaching 40, and I'm probably not going to be able to get back into work in the foreseeable future. Welcome, Demand Cologne. It's just, you know what I mean? And there's another side to it as well. My mother's like going to be 70 this year. So I kind of thought maybe once I'm in a better state, I'll be able to like take care of her. Living on your own's not easy. I just felt that was unnecessary, what they said there. So the Panther's right. There must be an avid watcher because it's... I deleted that stream because my next door neighbour was on it. And like, I didn't know whether he wanted to be on it or something like that. And I thought it was unfair. And it's not right, that shit. But, yes, that person can go and fuck themselves. Just that person, and that person in particular. From me to you, you're a cunt. And not a very good cunt either. But that's it. That is it. Nothing more than that, really. It was a bit of a rant. But there's a positive side too, and some Reddit users love the dog. Absolutely, that I don't have any issue. Like, there's loads of influencers and stuff, and people on YouTube are like, "Oh, it's terrible. This shouldn't exist." It's like, no, what they're saying about you is you don't like it, and I didn't like what either of those two said about us. But the first comment was fair. Do you know what I mean? Like, the first comment was fair, and not about me life and the fact that I'm fucking unwell. I'm very touchy about people taking the piss out of disabled people now, because I know what it's like to be fucking on top or feeling like everything's going great and then to have it fucking taken away from you. Do you know what I mean? This is not how it was supposed to be. Like, I had everything everything was going great. Everything was fucking brilliant. Like, I was going to get my own house. I'd saved up a fucking deposit. Like, and which, if you live in Britain, you know exactly what I'm talking about, how fucking minging that is, right? And I'd lived really well. The banks were all like, yeah, like, we'll offer you a mortgage and stuff like that. This was before the Liz Truss fuck went on, where she fucking nearly tanked the economy. So fucking hell. I thought that was too much. I thought it was a bit fucking disgusting, if you want the truth. So fuck that one person in particular. I hope you get extremely fucking sick and you don't know where your fucking life is going. It completely fucking undercuts and ruins everything you've ever fucking worked towards. I hope you suffer great fucking pain every day for fucking 10 years. I hope you are then assured by a doctor that there will never be another day in your life where you don't feel at least some level of pain. I hope you have to take fucking chemotherapy fucking drugs to suppress your immune system once a week that make you feel like you're fucking dying, even at low doses. I hope you pick up fucking chest infections and upper respiratory infections fucking, 6-7 times a year. I hope you have to take antibiotics 3 times a week just to try and prevent said fucking things. I hope you have to take lansoprazole every fucking day so that your fucking stomach fucking doesn't fucking dissolve from all the medications you have to take. You fucking cunt. Absolutely fucking fuming. Absolutely fucking fuming. Disgusted by that. Welcome Wesley Garlick and welcome Alan Hansen, and sorry to everybody who is fucking listening to me talk shit. But being called fucking like lazy essentially, or being a fucking like some spoiled fucking kid who's like never worked a day in my life and been kept by me mother. Go and fuck your fucking self, you fucking piece of shit. You can go and just fucking become extremely ill. Because I think you know exactly what you were doing, because your account was made today. So I think you've seen that comment on there and you've thought, I'll make an account and I'll jump on there, but I'll frame it as, I like Rich Mitch a lot, but bullshit. I think you're a liar. And if you watch the streams, like, why don't you come? That's one of the things. I don't go on Oda Jerks, and I'll be honest with you, right? I don't go on Oda Jerks, and one of the reasons I don't go on Oda Jerks or have a Reddit or any other fucking thing is because if I was gonna say something, I would want to say it like this, and I wouldn't want it to be anonymous. I'm happy to fucking sit here and say what I've got to say under my own name. I understand why people don't. I understand that the anonymity can be extremely fucking worthy, and it's a good idea to just be able to say these things without fucking people attacking you back. or being able to attack you personally. I get that, and I understand it. And like I said, there's been other stuff on there about me in the past, and there's been other stuff on there about other people. And I do agree with some of it, and I don't agree with some of it, like everything else in life. But saying that shit was a fucking bit foul, and fuck them. And people are telling me to take a breath, which would be a good idea. But much more importantly, I must have to take a piss. So, if you will bear with me whilst I dehydrate, I will come back. And I will see you soon. Give us a second. Welcome Anuj as well. And thank you for coming. Oh. Oh, I'm back. I'm still sore from the llamas. Okay, so, sorry, I am back. Friends, if you would like to like the stream, I would appreciate it. Thank you. But there we go. That's kind of how I feel about the situation, to be honest. Sorry I missed all the chat during that bit rant. But so excuse me whilst I hydrate. Dev says, I used Oda Jerks for self-promotion, Lamar. I did get one sub off it, but I also genuinely did agree with the broad strokes of what the community thought. From most of the stuff that I've seen on there, excuse me, because loads of people, I'll be perfectly honest with you, loads of people talk about it. If Oda Jerks had a YouTube page, there'd be one of the biggest fucking accounts on there. Everybody's into it. Everybody's into it. And from most of the stuff that I see on there, right, I agree with massive strokes. I don't necessarily agree with how they do it or how, like, personal and like some of the stuff on there is like just not funny. But some of it is genuinely fucking funny and very good satire and very fucking true as well, you know. And people who want the page shut down, people who think that it's a complete write-off, maybe need to just step back and maybe like think that famous line where the guy is playing a Nazi in the film and he turns and looks at his friend and says, "Are we the baddies?" Like, maybe you may be doing something wrong. It's crazy shit. It's crazy shit. But like I say, I wouldn't want the place to go away because they hold a mirror up to the community, and sometimes this community can be fucking ridiculous, let's be honest. I was accused of being either owner or running Older Jerks, or what do you call them when you've got a fucking wrench? A mod, a fucking mod. A mod. And I'm not. I never have been, and I never will be. And not because I don't agree with it, but because I want to stand by. Literally, if I went on there, I'd be under my own name, and I'd be the only one. From what I've seen, nobody uses their own name on there, which is like, it would be difficult because I'd be the lightning rod, so I'd get all the flack from everybody else on YouTube. You're on fucking Older Jerks. Why do you let them say this? Why do you let them get away with this? And I'd be like, look, everybody, I'm a big believer in personal responsibility. Like, seriously, fucking, like, you're responsible for the shit that comes out of your mouth. I'm responsible for the shit that comes out of my mouth. You don't have to agree or go along with what everybody's doing or saying. Which brings me on to my next point. There was a point the guy made above, which was, I thought was legitimate points, but I didn't agree with it. And the reason that I don't agree with it, I think he said something about how people have worked themselves into a position where they should be allowed to get free stuff and they should be allowed to review and stuff. But one, I don't truly, honestly, in good faith, do not believe that you can get something for free and it not affect your judgment, because in that respect, you would be superhuman. You would be ubermensch. You would be beyond human, past human, right? You do. As an example, Perslace gets free stuff from Hermes. Yes, he doesn't always praise it, but that's not what I'm saying. You know, he's always going to give Christine Nagel fucking benefit of the doubt. There's a video on Paddock that he did where he's like, I should never have doubted Christine Nagel. And it's like, why? Because she's your mate. It's like, I don't talk about Les Abstraits because I would say exactly the type of thing that he said about Christine Nagel, who was his friend. He was sent a bottle of Paddock from France where, like, literally everybody else had to jump through fucking hoops, and he just, like, got one serenely in the post sent to him while everybody else had to fucking wait. And everybody else had to fucking go through fucking all sorts of fucking hell on earth. And then he gets it and sits and tells you about it, but you can't have it. I don't agree with that. I do not agree with that in the slightest. I also think, and I was making this point to Pradeep earlier, I was talking to Pradeep on WhatsApp, and I said, like, my goal in doing and saying all of this, right, is not necessarily to stop people. I'm not expecting to stop people getting free bottles, right? But if nobody raises these points, everybody's ill-informed. Nobody is informed. There is no fucking criticism. There's no critical thinking. There's no kind of like obstacle to just this fucking machine rolling through on its serene fucking progress, giving select free bottles out to certain people, but not to other people, and they decide who's fucking worthy and who's not fucking worthy of free bottles. And it ain't about me getting free bottles, because I will never accept free bottles from brands. The only reason, and I've stated this repeatedly, right? Repeatedly, the only reason I accepted the free bottles from Eugene is because he's one of my best friends, if not my bestest friend. He's certainly up there. It was like a very small circle of best friends. And I just don't think that it's right that I talk about them. I would love to sit here and tell you what I thought about them. Right? I would love to. Nothing would make us happier. I tell people in private what I think about them. Like, I tell Pradip what I think about them. I tell Eugene what I think about them. I tell Galen what I think about them. I tell, like, you know, but not on the channel. I'm not looking to sell fucking perfumes for people because I don't think it's right. You know what I mean? And I won't make a fucking liar of myself. Like, there's only one person who can make a liar of you, and that's yourself. There's only one person who can make you be a hypocrite, and that is yourself. And if you allow it to happen, you should have the courage of your convictions, which people say is difficult on the internet. I say it's more fucking easy on the internet to have the courage of your convictions. I don't believe that some certain people should be given free bottles and other people shouldn't. I just think that that's wrong. It's either free bottles for everybody or free bottles for nobody, personally. But like that person said in the thing, I've got friends who get free bottles. That's on them. You know what I mean? That is on them. I disagree with it. They know I disagree with it. I tell them. And they've told me what their justification is, and that's fine. That's being an adult. You know? I can still be fucking friends with them. Like I don't, like I've said before, I don't hate Persolays at all. I think Persolays is one of the best parts of the community. Truly, I do. Would be so much worse off without Persolays, and maybe even look at Turin. But there is no circumstance I can think about where you receive a free bottle of a perfume from a brand and that you can then talk about it without being influenced. Some things are just elementally true at base. This Cuir de Lancôme. I got this Cuir de Lancôme, right? Free. From a woman on Fragrantica. And it was her bottle. It was her personal bottle, right? And she said on somebody came on stream. I can't remember who it was, but somebody came on stream and said, "Oh, there's somebody on Fragrantica who said that they are wanting to sell a bottle." And I was like, "Ooh." I was like, "Let me go and find who that someone is." So I went on Fragrantica and I found the woman and I got in touch with her. I was like, I see you're wanting rid of a bottle of Cuir de Lancôme. I was like, I'd be happy to like buy it off you. And she messaged us and she was like, oh yeah. She was like, I sell things on eBay, but I would feel bad doing it on Fragrantica. She was like, so I'm just giving it away. I was like, fuck off. I was like, okay. I was like, will you not let us send you? She was like, you can send us the postage money. I was like, wow. So I sent her a tenner and she sent me the bottle and I said, look through my Fragrantica page, and if there's anything at all that you want, let us know. I'll decant it for you and I'll send you it. Anything. And she got back and she was like, I'd love to try the Quai de Russie EDT. And I said, well, you, my dear, are in luck, because the Quai de Russie EDT that I have is an 80s bottle. And she said, ooh. And I said, ooh, too. And I said, I'll tell you what else I've got that isn't on there because it's not been loaded up to Fragrantica yet. I've got a bottle of Paddock by Hermes. I was like, I don't know if you've heard about it. She was like, I have. I was like, I'll send you some of that as well. And she was like, oh, that's amazing. Thank you very much. I was like, no, thank you. And then I sent her a couple of decants of a couple of me more rare fragrances, like not the male ones, you know, like more of the. I think I sent her some Féminité du Bois, and I sent her. Oh God, what else did I send her? I sent her something else as well. So yeah, I was really happy about that. This isn't from. If this was from Lancôme, it would be a different story. If this was from the brand, somebody's raised a really good point. I'm keeping a slight eye. Tripler's raised a really good point. Free bottles should be banned unless it's from a Nouge. He gets asked, well, free bottles from shops. For me, that's an interesting area. All right. I haven't made up my mind what I think about free bottles from shops. To be honest, I kind of have. I'm simply not going to do it. And it's as simple as that. I'm just not ever going to talk about them. And I'm not, well, I say I'm not going to talk about them. I'm not going to entertain them. Like, if Lucky Scent got in touch with us and said, we'd like to send you a free bottle of fucking, I don't know, the newest Creed, I'd just be like, nope. Don't want it. Won't have it. Even though it's not from Creed, you know, because I think it's a fucking massive grey area that shouldn't be. It shouldn't be a thing, you know? But say if it's a shop, say if I bought a fragrance from Lucky Scent and I had a really good experience, right? I'd be delighted to sit there and tell you that for nothing, as long as it was true. Look at a Nouge and Le Parfumier. Both of those places, I had the fucking best experiences with them. I'm still mates with a Nouge. I just generally talk to a Nouge, you know? I generally talk to a Nouge, and like he's a mate. He's become a really good friend. You know what I mean? But that's because that is my experience of him. That isn't because I've been induced to say that. And there's no kind of like transaction going on there. My experiences with Enchanté were amazing. My experiences with Le Parfumier were amazing. There are certain eBayers who I think are fantastic. Saint Celier, Brooke from Saint Celier. Nothing but amazing experiences, you know? I mean, everybody likes Brooke apart from Sebastian, but that's another fucking story. So Lily is here and says, a Nuge is the bestest broad to ever have broed. Exactly. A Nuge is going to be on the same continental shelf as me soon. So that is fun. Brooke is hosting another event soon, says DJ. Yes. Yes, she is. I'll say one thing about fucking Lucky Scent, though. They should be punished at The Hague. They should be fucking sent to the International Criminal Court for the shit they pull with those fucking dabbing samples. Fuck them and their fucking dabber samples. I fucking hate them. They're shit. They're better than the fucking old ones that they used to have. The tiny little half-mil fucking little... tiny little fucking things which had like 2 drops of a fucking perfume in that weren't even dabbers. They were like splash samples. The bastards. The bastards. Yes, Rich, fuck the dabber sample, says Dev. Yeah, Dev with his fucking Metro Parfume Elegante. The dirty bastards. A dabber sample pulp ephemeral is where you've got a sample, right? You've got a sample, right? Oh, have I got one up here? Yes, this is a dabber sample, right? So instead of a spray, it's got one of these little sticks in. You've got to swipe it on like that, right? Any sample that you've got to basically, you don't spray on, you're not getting the same experience of the fragrance as you would if it was a spray from a spray bottle, because they just behave differently. I can't explain it. I'm not a fucking chemist. I'm not JJ Colborne. I'm not fucking Dura Rose. I'm not Varanus Rodari. I don't know how that fucking works, right? Apart from surface areas, the only thing I can think of, right? But they do not behave the same when they are slapped on to when they are fucking sprayed on. Thank God, says Germs. What are you thanking God about? By the way, Anuj, are we doing that free partial of Midnight Poison? My tie's on me when you come in. Bob soliciting free bottles, that's outrageous as well. The fact that rate sheets exist is fucking bonkers to me, personally. The fact that rate sheets exist, that you want someone else, says Germs. Yeah, I couldn't be anyone else. Imagine if there was more than one of us. Fuck that. Fuck Lucky Scent, they use flimsy dabber samples. Fuck Lucky Scent for their fucking stupid samples. It's crazy shit. Good evening, Manly Sense. How are you? Sigh, says Horace. Top secret. Yo, yo, yo. How secret are you, top secret? Are you indeed top secret? Welcome to you. How you doing? Some people have far too much useless time on their hands, I guess. Yes. Yes, I would agree. It's often that person is me. Here's my take. I send free decants to anyone who asks, but I also have sent out free bottles to people I consider friends, but I fully accept criticism from those who think I do it for bad reasons. I don't think... Oh, am I going to be conflict of interest? I don't think that... Because I remember... I'll tell you why I raised that, because Ashton used to talk about this similar fucking prospect as well. Ashton used to say, like, I don't accept free bottles from niche brands because I've been blacklisted, basically. Or he doesn't get free bottles from niche brands because he got blacklisted. Right? But he accepted free bottles from Joma Shop, from Twisted Lily, and Lily is twisted, aren't you? And other places, like retailers, because they didn't care what he said about the perfume. They would still keep sending him them. They just wanted them to put in the name of the shop, whatever it was, right? And I understand that, and I get it, and I think that's fair. I wouldn't have such an arrangement where it was so set in stone, where it was like, this is like, we're paying you to talk about our shop. Am I screaming, am I? So I wouldn't have I wouldn't have it like where it's like it was like that, you know. I've bought perfume hauls from Anuj. I've bought perfume hauls from a couple of guys in Italy. I've bought perfume hauls from the Perfume. Yeah, I've bought perfume hauls from various different sources where they've put in extra stuff, right? But that's on top of the fact that I have bought 20 perfumes, 5 perfumes, 4, and like they'll throw in like a mini. This is where the mini collection came from and started, you know? So is that the same? Am I being a hypocrite? I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm not saying like, oh, I don't think so. No, I'm like self-reflecting. I don't think I am. So 20 perfumes at a time, amateur. Well, let's be honest. I did acquire the largest fragrance haul ever twice. So think on. That is Manginosus, you are also a bellon. Look at all these wrenches. Or it's jealousy. It's not a good look. How would you put a twist on the Leon, Eugene? Discontinue it. That would be a twist, wouldn't it? Triple sim, I'm drowning in tempered glasses. Stop screaming, Rich. Top seat. Vintage Llama. Need me a hookup, brother man? Oh. Vintage Llama. I can't even... I tried to get Anuj to come down on it. What was it? Can you remember, Anuj? You had something outrageous of Lamal form, and I tried to negotiate with you about getting it cheaper, and you were like, no. Or even like, I can't remember what it was. Was it like the little powder? Was it like a little powdery thing? It wasn't a soap. Top Secret says I got a 1995 Lamal sample with me and a BPI aftershave. Real good smell, this. The aftershave will still be more potent than 99% of things that are being released now, even the stuff with amberwood. Violently fucking massive. I fucking hate. I have always disliked Lamal. Lamal. And then one day I found myself trying to negotiate with fucking Anuj to get a vintage something. And I was like, maybe I have a vintage perfume problem here. I'm buying shit I don't even like. We're going to need Anuj to substantiate that claim, Rich. Yes. A Jean-Paul Gaultier Lamal bronzer. Outrageous. I smelled one in store and the opening is kind of nasty. New stuff, that is. Yeah, it's rough. It's so bad. It's always choked us out. It feels, you know what I call granular? You know, like powdery. I really struggle with powdery stuff, you know? I was talking to Lamar this weekend and he said he couldn't stand Rich Mitch. The fucking cheek. The fucking cheek of Lamar. No doubt that you stand and talk to your perfume bottles though, Galen. Do you think Gucci Pour Homme 2 is... Gucci 2 is powdery? What, you mean Gucci Pour Homme 2? No, absolutely not. Unless there's like another fragrance called Gucci 2 that I don't know about. You know? Welcome, Peter Kokorin, legend. Another person I talk to every single day, who are swine. I did acquire 7 Chanel number 46s. Brandon, quick maths. What's 7 46s? Or 46 sevens? Quick. Too late. You're using a calculator. Oh, excuse me whilst I hydrate. How can a mall talk? I was watching a documentary about Newcastle's lost malls. Fuck me, I found myself finding it really interesting. I was like, really, you are very much nearly 40, aren't you? You know, you are hurtling towards middle age at quite some pace. Watching a documentary about fucking the history of malls in Newcastle. Dear me. Huge overlap between being a completionist collector and having OCD. 26,000 US. 46, 746s is not 26,000. I love dead mall documentaries, says Paroli. Paroli, man, we're old men, aren't we? Paroli, we are old men. Dead mall documentaries. Riveting. God. I've always been a documentary fan, though. I've always been a documentary fan. Somebody sent me the 322. Aha! That's a long way from 26,000, Brandon. 322. I don't know what calculator you were using, mate. I might wear Fat Electrician again tomorrow. But I wore Shergay today. Oh, you stupid man. I wore Shergay today, right? And I am giving serious thought to eating your wife. No, I'm giving serious thought to wearing Surgery Ton all week. I'll probably wake up tomorrow and forget all about it and wear something else. But mate, you can't even put a price on them at this point. I wasn't talking about price. I was just talking about how many 7 times 46 is. Is it 46 or 42? I can't remember now. Was listening to an old stream. Eugene had the duck on. Good stuff. The archives. Yeah, I want to do a stream again with Eugene. I miss the days. Just me and him, like old times. And we'll talk about Perfume and why shit like that's amazing. Drop the link, says Galen. Absolutely fucking not. Absolutely not. God. Dropping the link terrifies me. Yeah, buddy! Exciting. Which, how many years do you give it before you'll have me on for a stream, says Dev? Dev, if it's just me and you, right, give us a little bit of time to build up to it and fucking steal myself and stuff, because I see what you like on stream, bless you. You are good people, Dev. And I appreciate that you don't take meds and stuff like that, so. But we'll build up to it, mate. We'll build up to it. We'll get there, son. Don't worry. We can talk about Maître Parfume Arroganti, eh? You know? That's what we'll talk about. Bois de Turkey's fucking glorious, mind. Just talking to Ramsey again. I was talking to Ramsey again about Why the Turkey, and he was like, this stuff's fucking great, like. Still waiting to get the invite to the early Greek Rich Galen Eau de Cologne live stream. Well, I mean, I think the Grumpy Old Men should do a live stream. Me, Galen, Thomas, and Eugene, but we'll live across fucking what? I think it's about 8 time zones that split with. You know what I mean? So, fuck. So it's like, it's not easy getting us all in the same place at the same time. Send me the link to the Discord again. I have to talk to Mitch. What do you mean? What do you mean send you the link to the Discord? You're in the Discord. Didn't Thomas say he was coming back some months ago? Yes, he did. I think he thought better of it. He looked around and probably thought, fuck this shit. Fuck that. I'm very particular about who I'm on air with. I've only ever been on... So I've been on air on my channel with Audrey Jane and Jura Rose, which I found quite difficult because when it's more than 2 people, I find it difficult to keep up with the ebb and the flow. And like of what they're talking about and what I'm thinking about what they're talking about. You know, I've always been better just like one-on-one. And then... So... Struggle with like more than one, but I've had Audrey Jane and Jura Rose on before. Jura Rose has been on my channel a few times. I would like to have Fliss on one day. I can't remember if I had anybody else on my channel before. Eugene should come on one day, but the thing is, I don't stream on StreamYard all the time. I stream on YouTube, and you can't just like invite people for the link. You decide pre-stream whether you're going to stream with any other channel, and I don't know how you do it. So I've got to go through my fucking StreamYard account, which is I had Galen on as well. That's right, I had Galen on. You know, I mean, how many years did that take for us to fucking get round to? And that's Galen, you know? But Fliss is just, well, the thing is with Fliss, ebb and flow is easy. It's pitch and yaw that worry me, says that. There speaks a man who used to work in the aviation industry. The thing with Fliss is as well, she's got kids, you know? And her time is very precious, and she does les odorants, and as much as I would love to be able to just say, let's stream now, let's just do it. Like, she's got that, not just kids, but she's got like youngish kids that are below 10. Great to see Greggy Boy back on. Get him on too. Yeah, I mean, Greggy Boy could talk about vintage fragrances. The thing is about Greggy Boy talking about vintage fragrances, me and him could be there for fucking, like, time. Serious time, you know? I left the Discord. Drop it once you get the chance. Out of respect, says Lifestyle Not for Sale. Oh. He left the Discord. Oh. Manginosis, I am wearing vintage tobacco Toscana by Santa Maria Novella. I'll come to Newcastle, no need for stream coming. Yes, Drop Out and Christina are hopefully going to visit Britain one day, and when they do, they can come to Newcastle for a few hours, and we can explore and eat and have perfume, and it'll be fun. Me and Drop Out can sit there and talk about our injuries. Brandon, the Discord, like, yes, that's right, Dev. Eat the perfume, says Divine. Well, I have mistakenly sprayed perfume in my mouth on more than one occasion, considerably more than one occasion. And it wasn't great. It wasn't great. Let's meet in London, says Dushan. Difficult. It's a big train journey for me, that. You know, I can't just hop on the train. That's another thing. It's a fucking pain in the arse being horrible, being ill. Did it taste gourmand? It wasn't actually a gourmand, although I will say there are some perfumes that taste nicer than other perfumes, right? So there are some perfumes that I have accidentally sprayed in my mouth that tasted better than other perfumes that I have accidentally sprayed in my mouth. I don't recommend it either way, you know. London is a big place, but definitely want to go there once to meet my similarly aged friends for a mansies. Well, just make sure you don't wear a watch or an expensive jacket. Maybe Oris and I will also come over. Join you for a Sunday roast. She'll have the nut loaf, says Twibbler. Spray Llama elixir in the mouth. No. I smelled that. It's fucking rotten. I smelled the Gucci one that of Gucci guilty elixir. Shite. Fuck off, saying it's fucking mint. It's shite. It's horrible. I'll be eating the nut loaf with A, says Oris. You fucking, what's it called? Fucking mental, like. Eric Ten Hag's getting fucking sacked, by the way. I think we've all tasted perfume at least one point or another, says Peter. Yes. I think it's an occupational hazard, like, you know. It's an occupational hazard. You'll be fine as long as you're not out too late and don't go into shady locations. Bayern want Eric Ten Hag now since they're running out of options. Why don't they just get Hansi Flick back? Why don't they just go back for Hansi Flick? Wishing you a very good night, Rich, and take it easy, all, says Joe. Also, by the way, just as a thing, I read today that Julian Lopetegui has turned down Bayern Munich to go to West Ham. What the fuck is that about? Behave? That is bonkers. Sorry, I shan't talk about football anymore because we'll lose about 2/3 of the audience. But yeah, that is madness. Good night, Joe, and thank you for coming and listening to me whinge. And when you know, you know. And when you know, you know. Kinda makes me mad. Running down that path. Let's go. Sorry, I'm singing. Lopetegui's agent is galactic level. Honestly, how on earth one person did actually exit the street? Yes, that doesn't surprise us at all. My commitment to the hydration is staunch, says a duck who continue to drink perfume-laced water. I am staunchly in favour of hydration. Everybody drink more water, unless it's me, which I shouldn't drink more water because I already drink a lot. But water is sensational. I fucking love it. Comment tastes good. Got in my mouth as I was enthusiastically sniffing to review. I'm thinking of going and getting a sample, like, because they will have it, like, you know what I mean? And then doing like a proper, they're doing a proper, what's it called? I'm told by my advisor is United can't afford to sack Ten Hag because they've invested too much in Newcastle's director of football who was on gardening leave. Yes, they can fucking have him. Apparently we're getting Dougie Friedman, that is just fucking, I mean, I don't even know what that is, but to be fair, with all their appointments so far, the board have been fucking magnificent, like, so I just got to have faith. Dougie Friedman, come on down if you're the man. You know what I mean? Death by Quorum. Do you know, Quorum, I've got vintage Quorum, And it is one of the only fragrances I have ever had that genuinely gave me a rash. Genuinely gave us a rash. More modern one. I've got a bottle that's about 15 years old. So a late 2000s bottle. Brilliant, lovely, magnificent, great. Anything younger, anything fucking older than that, and I'm in a rash. And do you know what it is? It's really funny. I don't come out in the rash where I apply it. It comes out on my arms, which I find really weird, you know? Quorum. Vintage smells like the worst aspect of a wet dog, says Dave. At a certain point, one risks being H2O poison. Yes, but I'm a big man. And I've been drinking like the amount of water. I drink 5 to 6 liters of water a day. I've been drinking that amount of water for like a few years now. So if it was going to happen, it would have happened, I imagine. Doctor always looks at us like I've got two heads when I tell him, and he gets worried, and he's like, "Are you drinking like are you like thirst? Have you got like unquenchable thirst?" And I'm like, "No." And he's like, "Well, why are you drinking this?" Like, I've got a dry mouth. I think that's why I started drinking so much water, because of the gabapentin. Which, if you've ever taken gabapentin, the dry mouth is, you will never know dry mouth like fucking nerve blocker dry mouth. Gabapentin, it's savage. It literally feels like your tongue's going to snap off. Because it's so dry, like it's dried out and desiccated, and it's just going to fucking... Your Discord link is expired in your bio, says... Oh, for fuck's sake. That does happen, actually. That's not the... Do you get enough electrolytes, Rich? May need more tuberose. Certainly doesn't need more fucking tuberose, I can tell you. Fuck that. Not a tuberose fan. Tuberose, I really struggle with white florals. That said, this is something else I wanted to talk about today. The anthologies, right? The dry downs, because I put them on skin, right? The jasmine one dries down to a hay meadow. And it's fucking gorgeous. I'm going to have to delete that Discord fucking thing now as well, aren't I? Oh, fuck off, it has as well. Shit. Oh my god, man, I've got to go. What? Channel settings, name, handle, pronouns. Fuck off. Description. My description is a quote from Napoleon. I'll have to go on to fucking online and fucking sort that out. Like you've got to log on to your YouTube account through your browser, which always takes me about fucking 50 goes because I'm fucking useless. I wouldn't recommend using any other invite beside the time limited one because a malicious party can raid the server with bots, says A. Aha! A is my technical advisor. I will just have to fucking delete it from the fucking account, but fuck knows how I'm going to do that. Honestly, Rich, Jordan Blanc is actually really pleasant, says Dev. Welcome, Cheap Imitation. How are you? I would contribute to Discord, but I can't stomach another app, says that. It's fine. It's okay. Pronoun quack. Do a live stream, Tim Wilcox, please. I've paid for a Chanel Masterclass and Comet launch at John Lewis this Saturday, but John Lewis put it on sale this weekend, and it's 15% off. I am not very pleased at this. Well, they're fucking a bunch of fuckery bastards. You want to tell them about that. Like, might try to take a day when I'm there in March to hang out, says Fragrance Jenny. How far are you from London? I am as far from London as you can go without leaving England. So it's a bit of a cow, but it would be cool. It would be very cool. I'm good and I'm doing really well. That's fantastic. I'll play. Finally caught up. Who cares, dude? You're not important. What's this? Finally caught up. Welcome, Empty Sense. Stuart Mabe, how are you? What is Stella? Manly, have you tried Sang Royale? I've tried Sung Hom. Richie G was wearing it one day last week. Me, I'm not important, says Empty Sense. No, you are. You are. You are important, by God. You're important to me, damn it. Where would I be without you? All my scents will be full. I just finished a bottle last week. Finished a bottle of Dior Homme Silver Stem. I'll take 2 days to link with you, brother. Marvelous. That'll be cool. Anuj is coming over as well. Anuj is coming over. Not necessarily to meet me. I have had an accident, Rich. I shall send you a picture. Ooh, you haven't pissed yourself, have you? I'm not really into them kind of accidents, if I'm being honest. In fact, speaking of which, I'm going to have to dehydrate again. So I'll be back in a second, friends. Please bear with. I will be back. Welcome back, my friends, and I have seen Cheap Imitations comment, and I'm going to comment on his comment, because his comment is tremendous. And it's about listen to my double. Listen to my double. So, where are we? I've sprayed. The colognes are some of the best value perfumes you can get because they're cheap as fuck. They're like 1/4 the price of They are 1/4 the price of the normal line, and they are every bit as good. Every bit as good. So, hey Rich, I'm curious, says Science Bear. What do you think about Sam Mace's perfumes? I haven't tried them. I haven't tried them. I am just subscribed to them. I've just subscribed to them now. Sorry, I need to go back to Cheap Imitations, and I'll come on to that point as well. So, where are we? Cheap Imitation talking about a Scallon Haiti, a Scallon Indonesia. So I prefer Scallon Haiti because it's a little bit less sharp, and that's more my kind of thing. It doesn't have that kind of like sharp edge, right angle kind of thing going on. But in the highest of high heat, it is absolutely imperious. It is sensational, and you will get 4 to 5 hours with it. And it's like 130, 120 around that kind of mark when I bought it. And incredible. Absolutely fucking incredible with a capital I. And I'm considering backing them up because I've used a shit ton of that. And I will continue to use a shit ton of that when it gets hot. They are brilliant. And on the subject of Les Indomitables, I have a working theory, and I have absolutely nothing to support this. All right. Brandon, what the fuck are you talking about? They're now 150 euros. You're joking? No. Let's go on Saint-Celier and see what she's selling them for. Saint-Celier. Perfume by brand. Save 10% off your first order. But I'm already logged in. Shut up. Silly website. Les Indomitables. Ambre Supreme, Sheep Razzie Royal, Creator Sheen, a Scallon Haiti from a tenner. Ooh. From a tenner, you say? 135. Do you know what it is? That's still decent prices, that. I'm at peace with that. I imagine if I bought like 3 or 4 bottles of like different stuff off Brooke, she might give us 10% off. She's quite good like that. And some people going to her and saying they want 30 and 40% off their perfumes. Behave. On Dev Speaks, it's like he copied and pasted 10 of him, says Brandon. Copy and paste your soul. Does Tim reach out anytime for help? Let me know when to sub, comment, event. Very exciting. Where is Tim? I did do a recorded one years ago for Claire, but it wasn't live. Oh no. Yeah, they're not cheap anymore. That is a shame. That is a shame. Yes, it's the first and only Les Indomitables I've gotten. I think I paid $100 from Indigo with a coupon code. Oh. Bargain. Bargain. But I've got a theory, a working theory, and I have absolutely no proof or anything to back this up, but I have got a feeling that Les Indomptables are either going to have to reformulate because of the regulations, or they're going to have changes because they haven't reformulated for a long time. And I want to back up the stuff I've already got from them. You know, I can't be dealing with fucking those perfumes changing, because they're all I've got fucking left in the community, like of new stuff being released. Empty Senses, yes, the new bands, not the new bands, the new bands. Compare their colognes from Les Indomptables to Chanel. Chanel's are grossly overpriced and overrated, says Tripler. Quite. Dev Soul was copied but never pasted, so that's why he has none. Oh. Would that not mean it was cut? Friends, if you would like to like the stream, I would appreciate it greatly. Welcome, Interference. Happy to catch you, mate. Happy to catch you. Is 50ml a real backup? Need at least 4, says Pradeep. Don't say that. Don't say things like that, Pradeep, for crying out loud. Don't say that. Oh dear. That is exactly the type of thing I would do. Well, Rich Healy is still new stuff. That's good. Yes, that is true. And I want to do the Anthology de Grand Cru this week because there's 5 of them. And that's not many. And then I intend to really sink my teeth into a house like 80s de Venustus. I'm not going to do 80s de Venustus next. I've decided because I want a sample of a couple of the newer ones that they've released since then. I want a sample of Cafe Rose, and I don't know where to find them. And I have to have to go out and find them somewhere. You know? I really want 100ml bottles. I would love to just get in touch with Valerie or Remy, email them and say, hey, would you mind filling up a couple of those 100ml bottles you've gotten? And filling it up with Rose de Jamal instead of... Please stop yelling, thank you, says Spaced Out. Am I yelling again? Only staying with my 2014 DHP. Yuck. DHP's foul. I doubt Les Indomptables will need to reformulate their fragrances that bad unless they decide to scale their business. Possibly. Possibly. I hope they don't. Sir, yes, sir. Les Indomptables colognes are 135 or 100ml. I think you were looking for that. I was. I'll see about putting in a haul with Brooke. I also want a bottle of Noir de Noir. Rich, I got my 80 de Venustus samples from Perfumery Barcelona. Might still have some left in them. Will look. You are very kind, Andrish. I wonder if there's any in, because I know you can order them from New York, but they charge you like $30 fucking shipping. Noah the Noah. No at all. Ooh. Fucking Man United got spanked 4-0 by Crystal Palace, and Bayern Munich want Eric Ten Hag. That could, I tell you, that could cover a multitude of sins. That if Bayern Munich get Eric Ten Hag in, rubbish him though. Don't act like such a no at all. Nayatolla. Why are we saying strange words like this, friends? How can you not have a Noir de Noir bottle already? Shake my head. That'll be a suave duck. Yes, I like Noir de Noir. Every time I smell it, I think, yes, I like this. And not only do I like it, I would like to smell this way. you know? Like, French Lover's really good. Fuck. Yeah. So I'm gonna make a list and check it twice. Maybe I will get in touch with the Brook. Maybe I will get in touch with who else? Some other people. Some people claim it's only good for Valentine's Day. Well, I don't necessarily agree with that. I know what they're saying when they say it smells like Valentine's Day. Because it's chocolate and roses, but I think it's more than that. I think you can wear that. I think you can extrapolate that out into. I think you can. It's more than that. I think to reduce it down to just it being a Valentine's Day fragrance is it reductive? I think it's. I want more than from that. I want more better analysis than that. Fev Gourmand getting some hype for Valentine's Days. No. Noir de Noir is the chocolate rose, says Paroli. Yes, it is. Rich, what do you rank your top frag category as? I think mine is Fougere. Yes, it's either Fougere or Amber. It's either Fougere or Amber or Leather Chypre. I love Noir de Noir. Look, you'd have 250 ml of that. Says Scented Moment. Scented Moments. Sorry, what the hell? I used to wear it early on in my Fragcom days, says Paroli. Just think if you'd bought it back then, how much money you'd have saved. My top frag category is Floral Chypre. I was thinking about my relationship with Chypres today. By the way, Stuart Mabe, that fucking injury is absolutely fucking rotten. Have you fucking broken it or something? Have you torn something? Jesus, mate. No ligament damage, no break. Sometimes they say it's better to break a fucking bone than to do your ligaments, because ligaments can take longer to heal. But that'll smart for a long time, that. Rich is more leather Chypres. Yeah, I do like a leather Chypre. I do. I don't like a classical Chypre. I don't like a big ambery Chypre. I don't like a floral Chypre. Stuart, do you want us to show everybody your wound? Brenda was a bird. What? It is. Ligaments take ages. Aye, and neither do I. It's really fucking great. It's a hell of a wound, like. Very impressive. God bless on your injury, says Empty Sense. You can do. So, look away very soon if you are not into big fucking wounds. Look at that fucking ankle. That is absolutely fucking mental, that, mate. I'm just going to turn the... I'm going to turn that up. Thoughts on Fiji by Gila Roche. I haven't smelled it. What the fuck? Who doesn't like seeing a nice gash, says Tripler? Told both my ankles multiple times in the football days, minimum 6 to 8 weeks recovery and intense rehab, never fun. I've gone over on my ankle a couple of times playing rugby, playing football, walking down the stairs. Fucking, that is pain. That is a truly horrific fucking knock, that. Like, are you taking ibuprofen and shit? It's like growing another head. Yes, it is. It's going to become self-aware, that, Stuart. It's going to fucking start telling you that it demands its rights and shit like that. It's going to want to be included in the will. Fuck's sake. It's like growing another head that's strained or turned bud. Speaking of Amber Sultan is really good, Rich. The dry down, is it the myrrh? But it is divine. I don't know. Is it the myrrh? But it's divine. It's labdanum. It's resins. It's myrrh. It's everything. It's to me, it's one of the great fragrances. And it's probably the most important fragrance I have ever known. To me, it's no kind of it's no kind of I'm not saying it's objectively the most important fragrance of all time, you know, it's not. It's nowhere near. But I do think it's one of, if not the best amber ever. And it's extremely important to me because it was the first time it's not the first niche fragrance I ever smelled at all, not even remotely close. But it was the first time I smelled a fragrance and thought, fuck me, this is what fragrances can do. Like it was like I'd realized fucking higher dimensions of reality. It was crazy. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. Turned me ankle plenty, crawled home once, rollerblading. Oh yeah, I've been on my foot. I was thinking today, after that kid made the comment about not having to work and shit like that. I was thinking about all the times that I've been stuck on the floor with my back. I once was stuck on my back in Asda, in the fucking fridge aisle, in the aisle where it's cold, and I was literally doubled up on my hands and knees, and they were like, "Are you all right?" And I was like, it's just my back. And I was really trying to hold my shit together, but I really wanted to scream. And I eventually managed to get up and basically drag myself out of the shop using the trolley as like a Zimmer frame. There's been times when I've been stuck on the kitchen floor for about, I think it was about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Stuck at the top of the stairs, stuck in bed. Mad to think. And I mean, when I first started streaming, people like long-time subscribers will remember the days of fucking the bubbles where I had to lie down to stream because I couldn't sit up for more than 10, 20 minutes. It's amazing how far I've come. I'm extremely chuffed. Once you hear fucks and they wonder why people party if they are in pain. Does that make sense? Hello, Scent Reaper, how are you? The Bubbles Rich Mitch Vintage, yes, bubble streams, that's right. The first streams were usually bubble streams, and that's because I had to lie down and I had to have the fucking phone facing downwards, so I would put the bubbles on just to have something to look at, you know. Wasn't anything other than that, just because it was silly and strange. It was bubble days were great, but these days are great too, says Trutler. Yes, I'm believers. Do you know, sometimes you've just got to do what you've got to do to get by, and the bubble days, I don't regret it. That was when I was at one of my low ebbs, and streaming was a really great way to connect and commune with people. And I love streaming. Streaming's probably what I do and love the most about the channel. It gives me an outlet. It makes me feel good when I do it. I enjoy your company, genuinely. Sentry says, I'm better than I was. I can smell again. Enjoy Coromandel. Immensely. EDT immensely. Didn't like the EDP. I'm jealous of your EDT. I'm very jealous of your EDT. Fair play to you. I'm happy for you that you got it. I think I have the EDP. I try to think of the EDP as an amber rather than a patchouli fragrance. Supply and demand. Welcome. Went smelling today. Torino 22 stood out. Do you think you might buy it? Shout out to Raph. Fuck Raph. Raphael's a cunt. But you can be friends with him if you like. Just better you than me, to be honest. Poor Duck had tired voice every day, says James. Yeah, that was rough. What did you make of Coromandel Perfume? Beautiful. Absolutely stunning when it's in an atomizer. When it's atomized, like I was talking about earlier, when it's atomized, it's glorious, it's brilliant, and I love it. When you dab it on, like you're supposed to, when you like spray it on, it's brilliant. It's a different fragrance, and I loved it. And I seriously considered fucking buying it, to be honest with you. These things are therapeutic for you. You could be paying a shrink hundreds for this, says Triplet. I agree. Brandon Coromandel, better than Real Patchouli EDT. Actually, I prefer the EDP. Rare case, says James. I would like to smell the EDT. When dabbing on fragrances, they come off flat. Yes. Yeah, I was talking about this earlier. Also smelled the Llama Blue for the first time. Wasn't expecting heavy woods. Very nice, though. I haven't smelled the Llama Blue, to be honest. Somebody said it was a replacement for something else. Do you think it is? Like, I'm not a Roger expert. But apparently Eola Blue was a replacement for something that he had and discontinued. Oligarch, that's it, I think, Dushan. But does it smell the same? Is it a replacement for that? Do you think so? Supply and demand. Have you smelled Oligarch? Excuse me whilst I hydrate. Was Bath Stream post bubbles? Yes. Never smelled Oligarch, says supply and demand. Heavy woods, very nice. I like a good woody fragrance every once in a while, you know? I do. How's Tear Intense Vetiver? Good. It's just a more heavy incense. It is just a more vetiver forward, intense version of Tour de Hermes. H24 line stood out. Think I want the Parfum of Herba Fresca, but great line. Is there a Parfum of Herba Fresca? Supply and demand don't play with my heart like this. Is there a Parfum of Herba Fresca? Is that the Tour de Hermes clone? There is somebody has cloned Tour de Hermes Parfum instead of Herba Fresca. Typo, sorry. Oh, mate. My heart skipped a beat. I was all of a flutter. I came across all giddy. I don't know if they'll make a Parfum of that. Oh, Richie G was very taken with the Mandarin Basilic Forte or Parfum. Welcome, Smurfy Girly. How are you? I will be watching your Comet video after this one, after I've finished, which won't be long now. Excuse me whilst I hydrate. Herba Fresca Forte soon. Do you think? Do you think? Or do you know this, Pradeep? It's a guess. Oh. Oh dear, my friends. Also, the Zara stood out. I've got to have a couple for quick sprays. So, the Zaras are a lot of fragrance for the money, aren't they? You know, they're not expensive, but you get like decent fragrances for the money. I've sort of, I don't know if there's anything there that I would buy, but behold the fragrances you see before you. Like, it's very hard to get into the collection now. But I mean, there's nothing better than a bargain, Jesus. Rich, which Aedes de Venustus are you missing from your samples? I will tell you every sample of Aedes de Venustus that I have, but I want the Cafe Tabac, or the Tabac Cafe, whichever one it was. But I will tell you which ones I have, so you can have them for your records. Oh, my left knee is going fucking bonkers. Have I taken my tablets for the day? No, I haven't. Right, so the ones I have are, I'm really looking forward to trying that one. It sounds like Kung Fu Kumquat. Signature Corfu. I've got two Corfu Kumquats. Corfu Azure. I think I've got two of those as well. Yeah, I do. What the fuck? Okay, so here we go. I have Corfu Kumquat. Signature. I've got two of them as well. Corfu Kumquat. Signature. Encens Japonais. Pelargonium. Copper Azure. Siège de Lune. Grenadille d'Afrique. Palisandra d'Or. Iris Nazarena. Palisandra d'Or again. Grenadille d'Afrique again. Signature again. Corfu Kumquat again. Copper Azure again. And 16A Orchard. That is upsetting. I've got quite a few of those twice, and I'm not happy about it. So I don't know which ones I missed. So yeah, I really like Leather Jordan, Leather Gordon, or Shalimar last week. Been about 2 years. Phenomenal, says Triplet. I like it when that happens. Hermes sweep the air for me already with 4. Eau de Gentian Blanche, brilliant. Gotta buy. I want a bottle of Gallup. I need to try it a couple more times, and I'm pretty convinced I want a bottle. I did not realise it was fucking 220 quid for fucking 50ml. That is upsetting, to say the least. You're missing Amnesia Rose and Cafe Tabac, says Andre. Okay. Shall I write those down? I should probably, shouldn't I? I live not too far from the 80s shop. I didn't find anything else in the line I like beside the Iris. A lot of them feel very synthetically thin. I did try 16A Orchid, and I thought it was all right. I haven't tried Cafe Tabac yet, though, says Cheap Imitation. I want a bottle of Violette Valenca, brilliant fragrance. I think that would be absolutely perfect on a woman, like a girl, like not goth, but like black leather jacket, black leggings, leather leggings, you know, them shiny tight ones. Oof, good grief. Brilliant for a girl. Brilliant for a chic girl, you know. But I like Gallo. I like Gallop. Gallop. Woof. Rich, I've got spray samples of those with about 1 ml left in. Do you want me to send you them? Andrei, that would be very kind. You are very kind. Have you got my email address? I've got an itchy tongue. This is what I'm talking about, the kindness of the community. Gallo is her best fragrance, in my opinion. Yeah. Yeah. Imagine vintage Azure on a girl with a black leather jacket. It would take a lot for me to buy another leather. I have so many good ones, says Tripler. Yeah. Yeah, I've got a lot of good ones. Got a lot of good patchoulis. Got a lot of good fragrances, to be honest. Yeah. Yes, I love Gallo. Only problem is sometimes I feel underdressed for it, but... Oh, okay, Andres, no problem. That's fine. Naaman is really hyped for Oud for Greatness, Neo. They say it's exclusive to them, says Blind Demand. Everyone wants to feel special. So, Rich, welcome, Nino Slav. For my birthday, I'm planning a haul basing on the perfumes I see on your table, as seen on TV, but it will be decants because I'm a poor cunt. Oh no, Nina Slav. Well, I hope that you get to try them and you get to like them. And if you like any of them enough, you will be able to get them one day. You know? They are out there somewhere. But I think you're doing the right thing by trying them and not just buying them. Because blind buying is... if overseas shipping wasn't such a pain, I'd get the 80 samples for you. It's not just the pain, mate, it's the price. Mate, it's the price. And I don't expect anyone to do anything for us like that at all. I appreciate it greatly. And overseas shipping is an absolute arse. It's such a pain. Like, I literally cannot ship anything from this country to anywhere else in the world. Is shipping samples overseas a pain? I've actually never done it. So I've managed it once or twice. I managed to get some to Christoph in Germany. I think I managed to get some to Carl Anderson, but I'm not entirely sure. You know, Slav says I'm in Croatia. I don't think I've ever sent anything to Croatia, but I have sent some stuff to Barcelona. Bottles, completely no chance. From England, from the UK. I've tried to ship bottles overseas about 3 or 4 times, mainly to Ramsey, and every single time they've been caught and sent back. Fortunately, they've been sent back. There was the first time it happened, and I didn't tell Ramsey because I wanted it to be a surprise, because I was going to try again. But then it went on for so long that I thought, fucking hell, he's just going to think that they've been destroyed and it's going to cause him great alarm and distress. So I told him. And then, which was a good thing because, you know, the fragrances were still here. But it's an absolute nightmare trying to get fragrances out of the country. It's just not happening. Unless you come to the UK, you're not getting them from the UK. Pasha Sport was still a standout. Outstanding for the price and perfect for Florida hot weather. I have got the Pasha Mint, would you believe? The Pasha Mint. And it's from like the deepest 90s. Says cheap imitation. Matey. I have an unopened Senor Vivara stuck in Italy. Heartbreaker. Italy, for some reason, started acting funny buggers with sending perfume around the world as well. I never knew there was a mint. It's called Month. It's called Month something. If you can live without the Great Gallo stirrup bottle, you can get the 125ml refill for not much more. Yes. Yeah, that is true. But I do want the bottle because it is tremendous. But what I want to do is... I want to wear it 1 or 2 more times. I want to go into the shop, I want to spray it, and then I'm going to look for it either on discounters or I'm going to look for it on eBay. And hopefully someone gets it as a birthday present and thinks it's fucking heinous. I found an old sample of Comme des Garçons Sequoia. Nice. Discounted, it seems. And with that, friends, I am off. I am off. I'm tired now. I need to take my painkillers. I need to go to bed. I'm still sore from the llama. Had a great day. Me, Richie G and Laura G had a fantastic day, and I am still buzzing. And that is it, my friends. Thank you, everybody who has watched. Thank you, everyone who has liked the stream. Thank you, everyone who has commented and kept me company. And thank you all of you on the good earth. And I will see you soon. Bye.